Hey, welcome back. Today is April 3rd, Saturday, and on this post, I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, and see how they could potentially affect the overall altcoin markets before diving into VeChain, VET, USDT, and see what has gone on in here. I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market, according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before I begin today, if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign up and a qualifying deposit of $100 US. And I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I am purely sharing my own speculations and opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as extremely risky and volatile. If you have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below, but I'll try my best to get to as many of them as possible. Now, see what exactly is going on in this market. First, most importantly, I do take a look into Bitcoin dominance. Tells me where the money could be trending into. Would be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither. Today, we have Bitcoin dominance down very slightly, even no change today. Okay. I guess I could say that this would be the downside of Bitcoin dominance trending downwards because we are in negative 0.01% just right now. Okay. Where I will usually see total altcoin market cap not being affected as much by Bitcoin price action. Okay, in very slight change today, because Bitcoin is down about 0.9% and total altcoin market cap being affected just as much, down about 0.9% as well. I usually emphasize Bitcoin dominance to trend downwards. That's generally speaking better for the altcoins on both the upside and downside. Because conversely speaking, if Bitcoin dominance was trending upwards, like we are seeing right now, straddling between negative and positive, I would usually see Bitcoin price action affecting, Bitcoin pullbacks affecting total altcoin market cap more. Okay, so for example, if Bitcoin dominance was trending upwards and Bitcoin pulls back by 1%, I could expect total altcoin market cap to be pulling back by more than 1%. Just like we're seeing right now, okay? Except not in the 1% example. Weekly time frame here on the Bitcoin dominance chart is now my focus because we are continuing lower. I did say that the key support would be the weekly 200 MA, the orange line. I don't usually see support being broken on the first try, but let's see if this would be an odd case. Possible bullish divergence here after we get down to about 58% or even slightly lower, okay, because I'm looking at this very low RSI from that low there, okay, so something to be anticipating. I don't think we're actually there yet, but something to be looking out for. If Bitcoin dominance continues downwards, more ideal for the altcoins, generally speaking. Let's go over to Bitcoin. On the weekly time frame here, it still looks like bearish divergence is playing out, as we did have 2 consecutive higher highs. However, 2 consecutive lower highs on the RSI. That's classic bearish divergence. I am looking for a signal here for more of a confirmation that this is done playing out if I do see a higher high on the price action chart, along with a higher high on the RSI. The last high RSI reading to beat is it's over 75 here, okay? Go over to the monthly time frame for Bitcoin. We have been having bearish divergence for quite some time. Has still yet to yield a red candle. I don't count this because this month has just started, but not something I'll lose track of, because if Bitcoin pulls back at any time from being overbought or bearish divergence, it could still have an effect on the altcoins, okay? That bearish effect will be greater if Bitcoin dominance is trending higher. Okay, if Bitcoin pulls back in general, that there would be a bearish effect on the altcoins. Okay, so let me add that into what I just said, not just from being overbought or bearish divergence. If Bitcoin pulls back overall, it will still have a bearish effect on the altcoins. Also, want to pay attention into the monthly time frames here because of the history of Bitcoin. Look at what happens when it gets to very overbought territory there. Okay, just looking back into the history here. Daily time frame here on Bitcoin. Let me mention one more thing. Some local resistances and supports. 60K would be the next resistance from past trading history, and we have been struggling to get back on top of it. Next up would be about 62K there. Okay. Key support would be the daily 21 MA. If that does not hold, daily 50 MA, the white line. Let's go over to VeChain. Let me take away some of these older trend lines here. All right, I'm gonna go from the monthly time frame down to the daily, which I consider to be macro time frames, and see if we have any overbought RSI readings or possible bearish divergence scenarios. Currently, we do have a RSI reading of over 87 here on the monthly time frame, so in overbought territory. Weekly time frame here, we're currently about 80 for the RSI. Bearish divergence could be playing out right now as I'll be comparing this high with this lower high there. Okay. I'll be convinced that this bearish divergence is done playing out if we actually do get a higher high on the price action chart along with a higher high on the RSI. The last RSI reading to beat is about over 82 here. Okay. So that's a confirmation I'm looking for in order to see that this bearish divergence is done playing out. 3-day time frame here, we had bearish divergence as well, comparing this high to this past high right here. However, lower highs on the RSI, that's still classic bearish divergence. And similar thing as what I said there on the weekly time frame. In order to see that this bearish divergence is done playing out, I am actually looking for a higher high on the price action chart along with a higher high on the RSI. So the last RSI reading to beat is over 76. Daily time frame. We're currently at about an RSI reading of 64. Excuse me. I don't see. Actually, there is bearish divergence as well, comparing this new high now with this past high as well, and this past high. Okay, I would say this high actually to be a compare with. So it is a lower high on the RSI. Now, whenever I do see bearish divergence on a specific time frame, my conservative estimate is that's going to come down to the next closest moving average. Okay, and that would apply to the higher time frames I just talked about as well. Depending on if there are enough buyers in this market to actually hold up this price action and possibly take off without it, so it does not drop down to the next closest moving average on that specific time frame. However, if there are not enough buyers in the market, yes, the price action could potentially drop down to the next closest moving average. And the next closest moving averages on those higher time frames are pretty lagging behind. So some hints to be looking out for in looking at some of the key supports and how price action reacts at those key supports to get hints on seeing if the price action would drop down to the next closest moving average. Now, aside from that, the daily 21 MA is actually not too far behind on this daily time frame here. Okay, so I could potentially wait for this daily 21 MA to come up further again. Now, let's see what I could be dealing with here on the as a trading pattern. I do see a symmetrical triangle pattern here. A symmetrical triangle pattern, according to Thomas Bukowski and his website, thepatternSite.com, it is a 60% chance of it breaking to the upside. Does look like we have a break out of this pattern right now, okay, with bearish divergence. If this breakout continues, the measure target here is, let's take a more exact measurement here, let's just say 10 cents to be exact here on the top trend line. 7.6 cents on the bottom here. Okay, so 10 cents minus 7.6 cents, about 2.4 cents, adding it back on top of this breakout point, about 9 cents, will give me about 11.4 cents measure targets. Now, measure targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less. Let's take a look into some of the key supports and resistances relevant to this price action right now. Immediate resistance would be about the 10 cents area, okay, which I have seen 1 week from past trading history, but it is psychological resistance. Above the 10-cent area, we don't have any past trading history here, so I can only guess from psychological resistance, such as whole numbers, where traders are likely to take profits. So perhaps about 10.5 cents, 11 cents, 11.5 cents if price action gets above the measured targets. Key support, the daily 21 MA, which is pretty parallel with this bottom trend line of the symmetrical triangle pattern. Next one would be about the 8 cents fib level area. And then the daily 50 MA and seeing if that key support holds. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. Bullish case scenario, price action continues this breakout and going towards its measured target, minding some of the resistance levels I have just pointed out, also not losing track of the possible bearish divergences that could be playing out as well on this daily time frame, the 3-day and the weekly time frame as I have mentioned. Bearish case scenario, price action breaks this daily 21 MA, that's the next level of key support. The next level of key support here will be about the 8 cents fib level area. If that does not hold, then it would be the daily 50 MA, which is coming up further and seeing if that key support holds. Now, these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know your agreements, disagreements, feedback. I'd love to hear them. Hope you match your risk carefully, and if you'd like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.